Greetings and various assorted salutations. Welcome to the next entry in the development diary for the Virtual Museum of the Industrial Revolution. We've had some major shifts in the operation and functionality of this how this program is being assembled from the students' end. Not a whole lot of changes from any other ends. I figured I'd just talk a bit about it because I've been using some new resources. First off, right off the bat, those of you who are familiar with the different Google technologies, I've switched over the panel design and submission procedure from Microsoft Teams over to Google Classroom. There's a variety of reasons for this activity. But one of the big reasons is a shift in what we can and can't use at school. Previously, Google Classroom was not as easily accessible as Microsoft Teams, but, well, now it is. So I figure I will talk a bit about that. I've also expanded thanks to this new setup, I've been able to expand the project as well to now better incorporate the tycoons, the inventions, and the inventors, and it's worked out much easier in that regard. I've also created a section where I've got all the research tools, and while Google Classroom is perhaps not meant for like a project organization setup, it does work for that. So like I have the different sections for different topics, and then I have the research tools, and then I'm working on corporate profiles. That'll be in a future assignment. But I've got everything right here. One of the new things I've added to this system is a guided notes page, which I might make a video on. It's optional to turn it in. It's actually not required at all. But this was a new feature I added to hopefully address some of the frustrations I observed in research of previous panels. But basically what I did is I created a search term system, a research system for students who aren't used to taking notes. So it's a template for them. So like one of the things they can do is they can put the topic they selected, they can copy and paste the requirements from the instructions page on there. And then for a lot of people, I myself included, we don't think of this, but one of the ideas you have when you're doing research is maybe record what you've done up to this point and keep a running record of that. Also, this basic form has sources that I need to cite and notes. I made this portion completely optional, but I told students, hey, you can use this to kind of guide your research. And from what I've been observing, this has improved the success rate of the project panels immensely. I think part of the issue I'd been running into before is I was working predominantly with sophomores who do not have as much experience in doing research, especially to the degree and obsessiveness that I was expecting them to be at. So this is one of the hallmark successes of this new setup. Ran everything through Google Docs. There are a few issues I ran across, like I needed to redesign one of the templates for the panels. The invention panels, I had some troubles with placing images for students. But overall, let's just take a look at some of the materials I've got. So let's look at the Tycoon instructions. But now we have a sign-up list here. Over here we have the requirements for the assignment. But you can kind of see I've got all the template stuff. This is the stuff they might copy and put into the guided notes page. But there's this new formal process that I've redeveloped. Essentially for the tycoons and the inventors, I took an older project that I'd done before, a biography poster, and modified it to be more specific to this project. I added some new different ways. Since I'm no longer using Microsoft Word, I don't have to teach students how to turn the automatic calculation programs for reading levels, but I still needed a substitute, and I found a workable workaround in here. So that's one of the details that I've added in here. Obviously, I can't show you too much because this is student stuff once you get a bit deeper in. But I'm quite happy with the Google Classroom, Google Docs setup. Other than switching out Microsoft Teams and Microsoft Word, there haven't been really any major changes on the student ends except for adding in the guided notes page. But I figured I'd mention this because my old intro video kind of talked about how you use Word and and all this. Now you can substitute out the words Teams for Classroom and Word for Docs. So this is just a short update on it. It's spring 2020. Panels are being turned in. Last turn-in date is Friday the 13th. And so hopefully we'll see some progress on the museum and getting new panels up and a new build of the museum within the next couple months. So, until later.